the CEO life cycle, from early years to retirement, with the caveat that it's never too early or too late to glean learning from any section. Ultimately, we figured we could reach more people by publishing a book than by starting a school, which leads to yet another question. Who is the book you're holding in your hand designed for? Well, most obviously, this book is for wannabe CEOs, from high school students to senior executives. We reckon the words that follow will be of particular interest to MBA students or candidates embarking on any kind of leadership training for business. But we also have another audience in mind, and that's educators of aspiring CEOs. We'd like our colleagues in business schools to look at their curricula and check that they're teaching the right subjects in the right way. We'd even like high school teachers to read this book, as they're in a position to encourage and nurture the skills that will eventually take some of their current students to the top of great companies 2 or 3 decades from now. Come to think of it, why not kindergarten teachers too? After all, many future CEOs haven't started big school yet. Given that education begins at home, we're also interested in reaching parents. Some of the traits described by our CEOs are acquired more easily at a very young age. Of course, you might think that bringing up your children to be top business leaders is crazy, not to mention irresponsible parenting. But what if these CEO attributes also turn out to be the basic recipe for a good life as an active citizen? And if you happen to run a family business, the question of whether your offspring will make good business leaders is not so crazy after all. At the other end of the scale, another reader might be a board member, headhunter, or HR director involved in recruiting CEOs. Maybe even CEOs themselves will be interested in the views of others in the same role, especially if they're putting together a succession plan. Finally, CEO School is for any student of human nature, amateur or professional. If you're interested in what makes some people exceptional, read on. Take a moment to listen to our list of CEOs who agreed to share their wisdom with us. We're both proud and grateful that they gave us, and now you, their time and their insights. Think of this as a book not with 3 authors, but 23 authors. As one of them, Constantino Galanis of Química Apollo, Mexico, says, "I've been a CEO for the last 25 years. I've learned a lot of things that I need to pass on to people. But because of the nature of my work, I don't have time." The 20 additional co-authors of CEO School and the companies they led at the time of their interview. José Ángel Sánchez, Real Madrid, Spain, not a G20 member, but representing the EU. Abdel F. Badwi, Bankers Petroleum, Canada. Renato Bertani, Bara Energia, Brazil. Diego Bolzanello, Geox, Italy. Peter Coleman, Woodside, Australia. Bob Dudley, BP, UK. Constantino Galanis, Química Apollo, Mexico. Miguel Galuccio, YPF, Argentina. Jeffrey Immelt, General Electric, USA. Shuzo Kaori, Yokogawa Electric Corporation, Japan. Mazen Kayat, El Kayat Group, Saudi Arabia. Temel Kotil, Turkish Airlines, Turkey. Chul Kyun Lee, Dailim Industrial Company, Korea. Stefan Messer, Messer Group, Germany. Vladimir Rashevsky, Suec, Russia. Richard Rushton, Distel, South Africa. Jean Sontenac, Accents, France. Didier Sauvendu, PT Wijaya Infrastructure, Indonesia. Nishi Vasudeva, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation, India. Yang Vansheng, China Machinery Engineering Corporation, China. Stay tuned at the end of this book for mini biographies of these CEOs, and the beginning of each chapter for proverbs from their respective countries. The conversations with the 20 CEOs inspired most of the ideas and approaches presented in this book, but our thinking has been strongly influenced by many other people, their actions and their thoughts. Hundreds of business leaders from dozens of countries with whom we have worked as subordinates, colleagues, consultants, coaches, advisors, and directors over the last 3 decades made indirect yet invaluable contributions to this book by giving us multiple opportunities to observe CEOs in action and sharing with us their views.